Izzy Bites. Today, I'm taking you way back to an old classic soul food staple, greens with cornmeal dumplings. Now, this is one of those dishes that'll take you back to Grandma's kitchen. So let's get it poppin'. Now, first off, anytime you cooking greens, you gotta make sure you wash them real good. For mustard greens especially, got a lot of sand in them, and don't nobody want to be biting down on no gritty greens. Now, as far as my stock is concerned, family, I made it the night before. Make sure you make your stock real good with a nice season and so forth. I did that the night before and cooked it for about 3 hours. And the smoke flavor from the turkeys came out in that flavor very good, along with the other seasons that I added in. But as you can see, I added some more water because the flavor had gotten really intense. Now, over here, as far as the mustard greens and the turnip greens are concerned, if you notice, I'm not cutting out any stems like with collard greens. Collard greens are very tough and the stems are very hard, so you have to cut them out as much as possible and then really cook those collards down until they become soft. With mustard greens are thin and their stems are thin as well, to the point that you have no problem with just tearing them off with your hands. So what I'm doing is just chopping all of mine up, and I tell you, you can do the same too, because you'll be wasting your time trying to cut them out. But once you get them all chopped up, it's no problem. When you put them inside your stock, they're just gonna cook on down and be very tender. Now, I got my Dutch oven here, and I'm grabbing that stock that I had, it all heated up, and I'm pouring it in the bottom of my Dutch oven. Now, the reason why you want to pour it in the Dutch oven first instead of putting the greens in first, because if you put the greens in first and you pour that stock on top of it, you're going to have some splatter and some, hot liquid going everywhere, and you don't want to burn yourself. You want to be as careful as possible. Now, what I'm going to do is take them and put them back on the stove and get them up to a little simmer. Now, we want that flavor of those mustard greens to incorporate in with that stock. And we're going to come back over and we're going to start up with our dumplings. And we're going to add 1 cup of flour, 1.5 cups of cornmeal, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. And what I did was I forgot to put the butter on the stove. So we're going to take 2 tablespoons of butter and put it on the back eye and let that melt slowly. And then add 1 teaspoon of kosher salt to our flavor here. Then we're going to make sure we whisk it up, because the reason is you want to make sure that baking powder is getting spread out very evenly within that flour and that cornmeal. Now, instead of using milk or water, or what else do they use? Buttermilk. Instead of doing that, we're going to use the pot liquor from our greens. And we're going to take 1 cup of pot liquor, and then you see in the back there where I'm pointing, that's the butter melting. We're going to remove that from the stove, and we're going to add our pot liquor in with our butter. We're going to take our whisk and give that a good whisk so that pot liquor and that butter can get incorporated, together very easily. Now, instead of putting in the whole cup of pot liquor mixture, we're only going to do a half. We're going to start off with a half a cup. Reason is because we don't want to put in too much and then it come out too soupy, and then we'll have to fix it. So you start off with a half a cup. And what you do is you're going to go ahead and try to press that in as much as possible. But as you can see, it's still dry. Mine is still crumbly and dry. So what I'm going to do is add 2 tablespoons at a time of the pot liquor. I'm not going to pour it in a cup and add another half a cup. I'm only going to put in 2 tablespoons at a time. And then we're going to go in and fold and see how our mixture ends up. Then we want the mixture to come kind of like a heavy grits. you know, kind of wet but yet thick. We don't want it to be dry, and we don't want it to be too soupy where to run through our fingers. So I added another tablespoon of pot liquor. It wasn't enough. I added another tablespoon of pot liquor, and as you can see how moist it is, yet it still holds a form. Well, that's where I want it to be. I want it to be at this texture right here. Look at that. Where I could break a piece of it off and I don't have to worry about it running through my fingers. You know what I mean? So you could use a fork or you can use a spoon, whatever it is, to make your dumplings. Now I'm using an ice cream scoop, a small ice cream scoop. I want to make like 6 of them. So what I do is use the ice cream scoop so that it can kind of be uniform, and plus it's easier to pick it up. So what I did is take one, scoop it out, roll it up, and then I just keep on rolling until I get about 6 of them. And after I'm finished, then I can see over here, one of them is smaller than the other, and I try to, incorporate some more, try to make it even out. But, you do what you want. You can, instead of making 6, you could split them in half and make 12. You know what I mean? Just doing the way that you want to do. Now, you take the dumplings and you put them inside the pot liquor, into them greens, but make sure they're in the pot liquor. Family, I'm going to tell you, be careful. Because what I did, even though I had them gloves on, the heat was coming through those gloves and I was burning my fingers. Watch how I flicker my finger there. What? Look, see that? I was burning my finger. So I was thinking if I had the gloves on, it was going to help protect me. But nah, what it did, it made it even worse. So anyhow, I got me a spoon, and the spoon helped out a bit. So, I suggest you do the same thing. So I went ahead and just go ahead and dig my little hole and make sure that those dumplings are sitting, resting inside of that pot liquor, because that pot liquor is what's going to cook those dumplings, and it's going to soak up that flavor a little bit as well. Then we're going to take them and put them back on the stove for about another 30 minutes or so. And this is what we got. Izzy Bites, let me tell you, this dish right here is a meal in it all by itself. The greens are tender, the dumplings are soft and full of flavor. Your family will love it, and they will be asking you to bring this dish to the next family function. Now make this dish for your family, and do me a favor, hit me up down in the comments below and let me know how much they love it. Until the next time, peace.